Right guys, so people seem to quite enjoy like the episodes where I'm talking about sort of sexual mishaps and all this sort of shit and about getting girls and stuff. I've kind of noticed that those are like my more popular videos and stuff, and I get a lot of people speaking to me in real life or something, or just on Instagram and stuff, just saying how it was quite useful to hear that story in terms of dealing with their own sort of stories that are similar or whatnot. And I mean, that's quite an important part in helping young men, because that is like a massive thing in young male life is sex and women, and more men if you're gay obviously, and just like relationships in general. And I'm sure it's the same for young women, but I think for men it's slightly different in terms of like things like erectile dysfunction and stuff, and there's a lot of kind of pressure to be like the top G straight away. And I think a lot of men don't understand why it is that they can't get women, and why it's such a difficult thing, and it kind of leads to a lot of people being negative and being sexist and stuff, and just all this sort of vulgar shit that you don't want to see in the world. And that's kind of just leading me on to kind of a story that I've got for this video, which is, it's been over a year since I've had sex, and I will admit not all of that was me like being like, oh, I'm not having sex now. Like, I wasn't deliberately abstaining from it for, I would say, over half of that time. It's probably been, I want to say 3 or 4 months in total, not all together, that I've been like, okay, I'm not gonna have sex. And that would have been like straight after I broke up with my ex. It would have been like the first probably, so for like the first week or maybe I think it was the first 3 weeks or something, I was desperate, like on Tinder, like swiping and shit, just being a complete degenerate. And obviously nothing happened from that. And then I took probably another month or two to just be like, right, I'm just going to focus on myself and just work and get shit done, because this is about the time I got my contract from my rugby. And so I worked on that, and then it was kind of, as the season was tailing to an end, I kind of started downloading the dating apps again and stuff, and didn't get much success, and then kind of took another period off, and then I got the dating apps back again, and I started like going on dates and stuff and seeing girls, but I think there was only one girl that I've seen more than once. So, and then I kind of, as that thing sort of fizzled out, which was really annoying actually. I was so I wanted to like go on like our last date and then kind of say, okay, listen, I'll need to kind of focus on my shit right now, because I could kind of tell, because it was going to take a lot of time and stuff, and she was a good girl and stuff. We got along, but, and then when I asked her out, she sent me the message saying that she needs to focus on her shit and stuff, which took a big hit to the ego, you know. I was more just a wee bit spited that I couldn't say it to her, but that's not a big deal, to be honest. And since then I've like kind of abstained from any dating or anything. That's probably been a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Sorry, my nose is running like fuck. Just out in the woods, as you can see. Very nice. Took some sexy photos. You might see them on my Instagram with my wee flannel and shit. I try to take one in the front on to get the abs in and stuff. I don't know if you can. I have to suck in a wee bit. I do have abs when I stand up, but my face looked like a slapped arse. The lighting and shit. I'm just tired as fuck. I slept alright last night, but I played a game yesterday, so not ideal. But anyway, so like, I feel like that it was a very important thing for me to go through though. Like this, and that's kind of a bit of advice for this video, is you need to have periods in your life where you just need to decide to abstain from sex and from dating and stuff, especially as a man, because we all know as men, like, it's very easy to be distracted by women, like especially like beautiful women. Like if you like when I was younger, but even now, like if I get like a message from a girl, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, like that's like almost like your day made. Like not so much anymore, because I kind of like a bit more mature now and I kind of understand it a wee bit better. But like getting a message from a girl when I was like 17, 18 was like the best thing that could possibly ever happen. And now it's just like, oh, that's kind of nice, but I'm not really, like, it doesn't really happen very often, so it's not something I really think about. But I think that having that period where I've just not been, these periods where I've not focused on girls, it really allows me to actually delve deep into getting introspective about myself with my journaling and stuff. It allows me to get my meditation, get my sort of routines in place and stuff. And I've always said that since I moved back home after dropping out of uni, I've always been saying to myself, I'm not going to focus on girls until I go back to like living on my own. But it's been fucking, like, obviously it's been very hard, and I keep like going in and out, and even now I'm considering like waiting until the end of the season, then maybe like download Hinge or something again, just see what's what. But then at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want to start focusing more on my training, so I don't know if I'm just like roping myself into something that I don't need to. It's almost like, for me, it's like see where I am in the dating market sort of thing, in terms of like how easy it is for me now. But I almost feel like, because every time I go back in, I find it a lot easier because I'm more confident, because I've just been working on myself for ages. And it's just a big lesson of patience that I need to teach myself, and that's probably why it's so important. So I think try a month of just not messaging any girls, and delete like Tinder, Hinge, whatever dating app you're on. And like, obviously if a girl comes up to you in real life or someone to speak to or whatnot, you maybe like smile, make eye contact, whatever you want to do, but like don't entertain anything basically. And just see how it allows you to actually focus on your goals and your self-improvement. And it's so much more valuable, because like the main thing that I keep having to remind myself is there's always going to be women around to date and stuff. Like there's never going to be like a point where the world just runs out of women that I'm attracted to. So it's just about having that patience to really get my life in order and stuff properly, and be the man that I want to be before I start adding more stuff into my life, you know. So yeah, see you in the next video.